So here I am with my old school truck. It's a early '60s Mack. Hey, hey, Lady McCoy. Wipers, they have intermittent or not intermittent. And no selection of speeds really. The lights are, well, the headlights aren't bad. I mean, it's an old truck. What do you want, really? Cut that sucker off. It's not a air shifted transmission either. The automatics in a lot of the European ones, they give it a little as they go between gears, because I'm pretty sure they use air to actually shift the gears. This one, being an old school truck, would have these two levers. One would be the shifter, and the other would be a range, I guess. Although you still need the splitter. Maybe it's not. It's definitely not an 12 or 13-speed transmission, right? Come on, shift down, bugger. Thank you. So we don't have an onboard computer, as far as I can tell. Don't have cruise control. You can try it. Oh, we do have cruise control. I have no idea where it is on the dash. They can just set it and forget it. So I have no idea what the cruise control is set for. We'll know when we get there. Although, I'd rather be old school and just use the gas pedal. So we got, well, 3 minutes to the hour. We got about an hour left. 20 hours. 60 minutes. That's good. Might like to change trucks. How good are the rigs? Oh, they're that good. Oh, and the light changed, of course. I might change to my Volvo truck, you know. Lady McCoy, do you have, I forget, have you picked a, have you settled on one of the stock trucks, then you're trying to build it up? Or have you got a modded truck already? What was your first truck? I forget. Did you get a K-Whopper? It's kind of fun to build up a truck. Peterbilt. Okay. Kind of fun to buy a truck and build it up, you know, adding axles and transmissions and engines and bells and whistles, horns. As you do more and more jobs, you get more money, more points. You can build, you know, pimp up your truck more. That's kind of fun that way. I mean, some people, there's a cheat file you could use if you want to get, you know, $1 million and 32 points or whatever. But I don't know. I like the journey in life, not necessarily the destination. So welcome, folks. Thank you for viewing and following. Or subscribing. If you follow me, I go into your stream. I'll look back, and if you also stream, I'll follow you. And if you stream similar stuff like ETS, ATS, I'll even add you to my auto host lists. Okay, anytime you want to shift down, thank you. I have to do this reminder of the transmission. Even now, see, it's close to 2,000. Could drop again. Yeah, can we drop again? Possibly not. 13. 14, 15, 13, 12. No, we don't want to go that low. Oh, he swapped out for a sleeper cabin, yeah. I like the day truck, the basic cabin, the day truck, because it's short. The short chassis, so it's easy to turn, and it gets great mileage. But sorry, the sleeper looks more realistic, really, for long haul here. So we can take that out, eh? We've got this thing here on the GPS. Yeah, sleeper cabin are kind of cool. Some of them are pretty big too. I know Reed, well, some of the virtual ones, I know Reed, who streams on here, has a humongous one that he's added to a big truck called the General, I think, and it's like a little apartment. It's the size, I don't know. It's huge, and it makes the wheelbase of his truck horrendously long. So even if he's not trying to pull a trailer around a corner, he's got a long truck to pull around a corner. So I don't like that. Not my thing. Oh dear, excuse me. You know, late night, early morning. I was about ready to go to bed at midnight last night, and I thought let's peek on Netflix, see what they have. Oh, look, they have Jurassic World. Oh, let's watch it. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Damn. What's happening here? Oh, we just pulled over. Why have we all pulled over? the wrong lane? No. Oh, that's why we pulled over. Weird. Okay. Bizarre. Glad we didn't pull up behind them and wonder why there was an extra lane all of a sudden, because that's just... I thought that's what it said. Check out the sign. Check out what somebody put in the back of the sign. All your base R belong to us. R. So what's our suggested arrival time? Saturday night. And our actual ETA is Saturday afternoon, so... And it's Friday. What's the difference in time? Saturday 10:30, and it's now 2:30, so that's 8 hours. I sleep and add. Yes, 6 hours. Well, if I sleep, I gotta add till 5 in the morning, which is 9 hours. Well, I can't sleep till midnight, I guess. I'm running out of fuel. Damn, I hate it when that happens on this map. What do we got for fuel here coming up? Do. Perhaps we'll get fuel here. Yeah, because our other choices are pull in there. So yeah, let's get it here. Actually, it's not that bad a cabin. Nice moon. Somebody over here. See, we're still skipping gears as we go up, even with this small engine, but it's supercharged. I'm not sure what supercharged means. Maybe they changed the mixture at a higher RPM. Hearing me. Yeah, but at my local, had a few pints, came back home, got an apple cider, but this might be my bedtime drink. We should be done around 11:15, so that's probably it for me. I guess these trucks, it'd be nice to have the automatic computer, but you probably still can't. Nice to have a driver backup that actually knows what he's doing, just in case the program in your brand new old, whatever it is, forgets how to run an automatic. Detour, move some summer with sister, up my feet. Ratio my help, so she doesn't bother at all. Back in ATS and no Mack. I kind of like it. I might change back to the Volvo after this load. We'll see. Excuse me. My God. There's the old Mack. Nice old truck. new version of the Mack Anthem was edited by Harvin. Ah, okay. Yeah. Missed the pump, Gramps. Hungry map got a fix for 1.3. I saw that. I was driving Hungry earlier, but I don't have 1.32. Oh, there's 2 convoys this Sunday. Details on the Discord. My Discord. Use. I should fix that, eh? Let's fix the typos in that. Oops. Wrong window got moved over. Sorry. Funny thing moves. There we go. In my Discord. There we go. Well, it's supposed to be a timer, but it comes up as a convoy, as a command too, but that seems to make things a little happier. So we'll go with it. That goes there. Bigger and better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make both of them. May have to bail on the first one. Give me enough time to get a cargo for the second one. So we'll see, but it should be fun. Gotta get my CB going. Looks like it stalled this thing. See, 1 to 4. 1 to 4. The automatic is pretty pathetic on this. It's longish. It has this thing on the back saying, I believe it has a sign saying trailer. Can't see because that guy's too close behind, but and it's I think yeah, 41 tons. Not light. The way the signal thing works. Very old school. It tracks pretty well though, you know, considering. Looking in the mirror here, pretty good. Turning in front of us into our lane, into the left lane, I mean. Okay, I have to do some garbage stuff, but I'll be right back here. So don't go away, folks. I just realized I gotta bring some garbage down. I should do it before I forget. We'll do the this thing. we're back in the saddle again. Getting up walk can help too. Just getting dozy there. Oops, I'm missing some screens here. That's that thing, okay, and then go there. No, we don't need you. You go there. So, well, maybe we'll drive all night through this. You know, we'll miss when we're supposed to be there. Saturday night. We don't have a lot of hours to play with. The moon in the sky looks like a big pizza pie. That's what that is. Here we go. Downshift, downshift, downshift. Just have to keep suggesting this is a supercharged engine. Goes between 1500 and 2200. Is different. Most engines, a lot of the other trucks, most of them go from 1000 to 1500, but no. It's got a higher range, and maybe because the supercharge, I don't know. And I'm really not sure what a supercharger is. Is that a turbo? Turbocharge, which just pumps more air into the engine? Off, right? Here we go. Now I just have this one here. That one? Yeah, that one's pretty good. Let's just see what's coming, and then when you get close you can go there. Cruise is pretty good, this engine, pretty good mileage too, because it's only a 275 horsepower and it's supercharged, but oh well. I was saying this afternoon, because we're driving this afternoon, that I'm not sure when I'm going to upgrade to 1.32, because I really like my big trailers here, my Chris 45 and Jazzy Cat 2 to some extent. And it might be another week before they upgrade. Somebody was saying there's a thread about trailer upgrades for 1.32, and somebody was complaining about they're not working fast enough. And I said, well, no, just wait for them. I mean, they're not getting paid. Well, somebody else says, oh, as far as they're not getting paid, blah blah, paywalls, rah 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 rah. And we were talking about Chris 45 and Jazzy Cat, and I'm pretty sure both of those are free, so try to focus, buddy. I don't know, the thread, CIP was in the thread saying it's going to happen when it happens. Somebody else is complaining, well, they just sat around and did nothing until 132 was actually released. They knew what was happening. Now, it's hard to say. Did they actually know? Were they waiting to see if there's going to be changes and patches? My girlfriend's coming up Tuesday, and I'll be offline for a week after that, so I must just stay on 1.31, and then I can change when I get back. I'll still have my laptop and I can Discord and stuff, but I know modding takes time, especially when you have a real job, or you retired and you just want to read a book or go for a walk. Exactly. I don't know. I've done software development. I know. Yeah, trailer ownership. Oh, oh yeah. So I guess Lazy T is going to have to support trailer ownership too. Because people are going to. Before when you were trucking, so you may have to show what trailer somebody has if it's their own trailer. Plus, you're also going to have to record how much weight. You know how many tons they carry. That happens now, but maybe you want to record whether that tonnage is done with their own trailer or with stock trailer. That's it for lights, I think. Where are we at? 14? 15? 16? Make much difference, did it? Is this a 16 or an 18 speed? Oh, I guess it's an 18 speed. Oops. Ooh, didn't like that at all, did it? Oh yeah, I can imagine it's a lot of work, a lot of work. And again, so it's not as if you're claiming overtime pay for this, right, MCB? Sure, time and a half of nothing is... No. Oh, there's one of those guys made out of traffic cones. Come on now, change the light. Buggers, eh? What do you do for the end result for a bit of fun? Oh, did we roll through the red light? Oh, we might have. Oh well. Oh well, my bad. I'm so sorry, Uncle Albert. Change the, if I can, change the settings. Yeah, let's go to the FLB, because it's the same settings as this. Yes, the nice thing, yes, you want something yourself, you're just going to mod it. And I can do little bits and pieces. I mean, I was in a while ago, ages ago, I figured out how to do some. Oh yeah, I had Alexi P's. I don't know how to go into the base game, but I wanted to mod a truck, and I had Alexi P's physics mod that had the truck definition of files in it. So I went in there. I think it was in Russian open space, and I kept running out of gas. So I went in there and added 20% or 30% to the fuel tank number, and I magically had more capacity. All was good. Like, oh, that was easy. And the people in the forum are very helpful too. Helpful, the SCS forum. Yeah. Thing is, like things like physics, it's not always defined. So there's comments, and it'll say, okay, so this controls whatever, but you don't really know what the range is of that parameter and what a typical value would be. Well, I guess you can see what the current value is, but still, you don't know what the range is and what the response curve is. Like, is that adding 10% to it? Does that change it drastically, or is it a linear relationship? So. We're getting there. Trucks keep uploading. Yeah, I went at one time. I was having problems. I think I was having problems with heavy loads, and I couldn't. I was getting understeer on the front axle. So I went in and added 30% or whatever, 40% to the front axle weight, and then it stayed on the ground. And I was able to steer. So yeah. So there's 2 convoys this Sunday. Details in my Discord. Use the !Discord for a link. There's one at 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That is a heavy haul that Truckers MP is doing with perhaps 100 guys, 100 people, guys, gals, in New Mexico. And it's using CB, push to talk in the CB for communication. And then there's one at 4 for lazy truckers, and so you have to join the lazy truckers group. Lazy truckers group. And it is I forget where it is. Jeez, there's a blank there. MCB, where's the 4 o'clock Sunday lazy truckers one? Easy. Forget what map it's on. Well, duh. Thank you. I can't remember. I can't remember. Is it ATS or ATS? And where? In the daytime, this truck, if you look at this truck going over these things, if you can go over these really fast in the daytime. The truck actually gets airborne, even with this heavy load. Kind of cool. I'll try to do that later on. Excuse me. If it's got a load, I don't really want to stop. I have this engine on my FLV truck also. I don't know if you actually will see it hop. Well, no. We'll try it again in the daytime. Praha, oh, I'll go to rain. It's the ATS 2. Okay. Praha. Oh, that's Prague, isn't it? That'll be good. Oh yes, then it uses a scout trailer, I think. Oh, that's kind of fun. Deary me. Alright. One of my local had hump day, well before 7. Pints were $6, and after 7 they were $7.20 or something like this, but still. They used to be $5.50. Still is a good deal. Oh, talked to some friends, bunch of friends there. Talking politics, cooking, relationships. Oh, that's right. The only place you can get it is near Praha. Very good. Well, like I said, I'll be away, I'll be out of town for... Oh yeah, this is one of these. From next Tuesday I'll be gone for a week, but I'll have my laptop with me. Now, it doesn't do much good, because I don't think I have the interwebs there. I think everybody does this at this spot. They did this. So I don't think I'll have the interwebs with me, but I can use my cell phone. I got a good data plan on my cell phone. No, it's a friend's cottage. It's outside of the town of Stirling, north of Melbourne, Ontario. Not really cottage. It's an old schoolhouse. It's a low. Basically, it was a one-room building with a lowish ceiling. You know, thick walls, thick stone walls, and out on a country road. So definitely no Wi-Fi. I'm not sure. Whoops, there's a big lump there. See? Right there. I remember going over it. Back trailers are like this big lump in the road. Oh yeah, we're supposed to stop here. Hey buddy, it's red. I know. Well, I can bring my laptop because I might be a good opportunity for me to work on my books. So I can have the story. Yeah, I've got. I can make sure they're all on my hard drive, copy it over to my laptop, and then I can just work on them while I'm there. I don't think she's got. I'm pretty sure there's no Wi-Fi. It's her landlady. It's her landlady's place, and it's so our landlady she's a writer and also teaches creative writing at University of Guelph. So it's a nice retreat for her to go and just do work on her stuff. I mean, I'll have my smartphone, so I guess it's really redundant now to say smartphone. Everybody's phone is a smartphone unless you're old school and you got this brick. Anyways, I'll have it with me so I can do a lot of stuff on that, but could do some editing too. Or just bring some books to read. So a little welcome thing. Welcome to my stream. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for hanging in here. Not a lot of people, but that's okay. I do this just because I enjoy this game. I find it very relaxing. And it's fairly easy to stream it. And I enjoy the conversation from followers. And I like to chat. And this transmission always has to be nudged. Got the a button for up hint and down hint for the automatic. Yeah. Exactly. A normal phone is what is that? As you flip it open. We had years ago we had a Voyager van, Dodge Caravan. I guess Plymouth is Voyager. We had a Dodge Caravan van, and we had a cell phone in it. The cell phone had a unit somewhere buried in the bowels of the truck, of the van. Had an antenna sticking up from the roof, a little antenna, a little 1-foot stub, and the phone itself stood on a little pedestal next to the seat, and it was a handset with a curly cord. Oh. Definitely no data plan. Why would you want that? But I never had one of the old ones that they show on some of the, the old TV shows where it looks like a brick. Looks like a satellite phone. Nice heavy load. I gotta decide what heavy load I'm gonna have on the heavy haul convoy on Sunday, and pick a key for my push to talk and play around with the play around a bit with the CB. No, the old ones didn't break. No. That's true. Although I've had, mine haven't been too bad. I had I had iPhones for a long time, and I think I sometimes got the extended warranty. The iPhones were pretty reliable, and the warranty was good. I mean, they weren't cheap; you paid for that, but now the one I've got now that I paid for, that I got, I guess January, is Huawei P10. It's been good so far. Knock on wood. I mean, if it breaks, I'm not sure what I get next. The braking on this seems sort of an exponential thing. Like you're going fast, and then it goes, oh, faster, faster, faster. Okay, we're good. It's good. Not gonna make this light. Nope. Might not even make the next one, you know. Oh, maybe. Depends how far up this guy goes. It takes a while to get rolling. So it looked like when I'm really close. Looks like you're really close. Okay. Well, it depends what people do with phones, I guess. I mean, women typically put their phones in their back pocket and sit on, you know, in their jeans and then sit down. And I'm sure that must screw up a whole bunch. We did not make it, damn it. Somebody was slow off the mark there. How many we got here? 2. Okay, you think you can cook off the mark, buddy? Stopped. Yeah. Yeah, we're not just rocketing out here, are we? Wonder if we're gonna make it through before it turns orange. Look at that. 2 truck light. Jeez. Not much, eh? I hired a gardener tonight. My girlfriend's coming up, and she's hoping that I will have done a lot of work weeding the garden she planted here. I like gardens, just not as much as she thinks I like gardens. Same point truck is behind me. Anyway, so she's coming up Tuesday, and I haven't really had the time or the inclination. I've had the time, I just haven't had the inclination to put the time towards weeding. So he's gonna weed, and he knows gardens. He knows gardens. He needs the money. So well, this is growing pretty good, and she gave me perennials, so they're not doing badly. But it's shallow dirt, but we're doing okay. Put topsoil on it and stuff, but still pretty shallow. So he charges $20 an hour, and like I said, he knows gardening, so he'll weed and he'll do a good job. He'll move things if you need, and all sorts of stuff. He might even bring some extra plants. So I've got a little map that shows what perennials are supposed to be where. So. got raspberries too. Actually, I should look at my raspberries before he comes. I didn't notice tomorrow. Because I've got too many plants coming up right next to each other. They're not gonna do well. He's met my girlfriend, so I explained to him, and he said no, he'll come over and he'll do an hour, a couple hours maybe. We'll see what happens. And he said, don't worry, we won't tell her. It'll be our little secret. Way to go, buddy. What do we got? We still got half an hour to go, and it's 11 o'clock. Well, we'll finish this trip anyways. We're going to finish it tonight, even though there's only 3 of us, but what day is today? Wednesday. Well, might get more people later on. Depends what other people are doing, I guess. We're also streaming. Like I said, I'm going to finish this trip anyways, whether they got 3 people or 30 people. And I'll think about whether I go, what's today, Wednesday, whether I go 1.32 or not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if they changed it, but I'm pretty sure on 1.32, if you want to own the trailer, you can get various box trailers, dry vans, like a reefer or curtain side or whatever, but all variations on the theme. And the other thing you can get is a flatbed, but it's a straight flatbed. I don't think it's even a step deck. So you're kind of limited to how much you can take for heavy traffic. There's not a lot of heavy cargoes, I think. But it's kind of fun to have your own trailer, so we'll think about it. Anyways, everything is due Friday? Hell yeah. Time flies. Yeah. Oh, anyways, yeah, there's a note there. So there's a couple of convoys on this weekend that I want to go into. Both on Sunday. There's one at 1 o'clock that Truckers MP is doing in the U.S. Heavy cargo, maybe 100 people. And then there's and you just CB. I think we're using CB to talk to people in your vicinity. And then at 4 o'clock, Lazy Truckers has a convoy in Europe. Praha to Wiens, was it? Can't be Praha to Wiens. Praha to somewhere. And for that one, you have to join you could probably tag along, but for that one, you have to join the Lazy Truckers virtual truck company. And it's a fun group. It's the first VTC I joined just because it looked interesting and they talked about no rules. Bye, MCP. No, I should still be here. Use extreme caution. Why? Oh yeah, because there's something floating in the sky. That's why we use extreme caution. Look. Yes, use extreme caution. Is that why? Is that I think it's let's do this. Let's go look at it. is it? I lost sight of it. Where are we? Where are we? Over here? Oh, there. Damn, I lost it again. Ah! It's a garbage can. It's a garbage can in space that nobody ever empties. Wondering. Well then, exactly. Why are we going in here? Oh, I think we're going in here because it's a nice tour. We're going in here, I think, because it's an interesting tour to go through here. We don't particularly need gas or repairs, smokes or anything. We're good. We can't ask Melissa because Melissa does not appear in this truck. The mod doesn't do a Melissa. Before now, this doesn't do a bad job for a 275 horsepower. Get up in here so we can see. I love the noises when you're coming up from low speeds. Like that, like that. I love the noise of that, and it almost stalls when it starts off. Just like a nice little tour by the sea. I thought it was nice to add it in here. Caution. Dust storms may exist. Commented on this before. Dust storms do exist. They're not imaginary. They do exist. No, they're whether or not they are here. Perhaps that's what you meant to say. Palm trees may exist. Yes, they do exist. Ooh, 2 cops. I think that's no stopping on the curb. Big container ship out to sea. A big sculpture of, oh no, it's just a big flower thing. Are we supposed to get there? No, 10:39, so we probably shouldn't get there and not think around so much. There actually is no speed limit here. It's I'm not stopping. Sorry. Buy me all you want. We're not stopping. Not when we worked up a good hit of steam like that. causeway again. Looks somewhat delicate the way it's done. We are doing the speed limit here. Dang. Come on now, come on now. Well, we didn't have to slow right down, so we didn't lose all of our momentum, but still. Let's get up there. 20K. 30K. 40K. 60K, almost 60K. We're doing okay, I guess. Almost 60K. So I gotta think, what driving do I want to do tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Thursday. I did Hungary earlier. I go back to Brazil, I guess, tomorrow. I could think about 1.32. I could also read the newspaper or a book. That would work. Working on more skins. Okay, for skins for what? For Lacey Trucker. Oh, and I forgot to ask, or maybe Lady McCoy. So it's the same in 1.32. The trailers you can get are the you can own two kinds of trailers, either like the box trailer, you know, curtain side, dry van, all this sort of stuff, or a flatbed, which is a high open flat trailer, but no, you know, not like this one. I think this one has a gooseneck and a you know, this one has a step deck. I don't think they're that fancy. Which is okay. I mean, we want our own trailers. We got our own trailers, but I think that's the only two kinds you can get so far. So. I stayed up last night after signing off and doing some odds and ends. Hung up some laundry and then decided, oh, what's on Netflix? Oh, Jurassic World. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, why don't I stay up for 124 minutes and watch that? Good idea. Let's do that. So. Oh well. welcome to my stream anyways. Got commands implemented here too, so you can do exclamation commands to see all the different commands I have, including a weather command. Nope, not letting you in. Sorry, I'm a jerk. But thanks for viewing, and if you're a follower, thanks for following. Or subscribing. Or whatever. Excuse me, or burping. Oh, is it raining again? Il pleut, c'est dommage. Yeah, I could put beacons on just to make people happy. Not you people that are watching. People behind me. Fast beacons. Oh. You know, I drove in one of these trips. I drove as a passenger several times in one of these trucks. I'm sure it was this era, because it would have been the early 60s. I was going from Curtin Lake to Toronto. I get a ride down to go to the CNE, and I did it 2 summers. Walter Little Trucking Company, they were neighbors of my grandfather, and the guy would take me as a favor. So I'd show up at the yard in my hometown, meet the driver, and I would hop in the truck. We would drive all night, and then I would go to the, I'd maybe nap a bit in the truck, and then we go to the, I'd go to the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto for the day, and then I'd hop in the truck, and I'd come all the way back home over the next night. One time I know the guy was really tired, so he drove with the windows down just to stay awake. And it was really loud because there was twin stacks right outside. I did not sleep. And another time they'd given him the wrong truck. There was 2 trailers going down, a heavy one, a light one, and they'd given the wrong trucks, and he had the heavy trailer and the light truck. So he spent a lot of time playing with gears and swearing. Miss Eiderdown. Yes, I am having fun. I are having fun. I've been playing this game for years. In January, I decided, well, I may as well stream it. My son was playing with streaming, so I thought I'd try it out. So this is my front. The front can be a little lower. This is my old school Mack truck. The wipers have 2 speeds, intermittent and not intermittent. Like it's line low, medium, high. I don't think there's a cruise control. I mean, it works, but I don't think it's supposed to. There's certainly no onboard computer. And I am in the wrong lane. Thank you. The AI is sometimes nice. No, I don't have trouble with map mods actually, because there's a very helpful community, and I'm doing map mods that a lot of my friends that drive online are using, and there's a defined order to put them in. So, and the support is quite good in the forums of that. So I've got in this I've got. So this is ATS. So I've got the US, coast to coast, and I've got Canada, Canada Dream, and then I got the Mexico map added in. website for the mods. Look at the SCS forum. And the SCS forum is the best place for help. There's a stream in there for the Coast to Coast and for the Canada Dream. For the Mexico mod, actually you have to Google EAA space Mexico and you get their website, which is in Spanish, Mexican, whatever. But I think there's probably a what? Oh, I'm blocking slightly, so that guy is on the horn. I wonder what's this guy's problem. Everybody's just sitting here. What the hell? Isn't that weird? I was gonna say sometimes the AI does weird things, but it's good because in real life drivers sometimes do weird things. I don't know what that was there. And the Miss Ider Brown, I like that, Miss Ider Brown. And I've also got in ETS, I've got a bunch of Russian mods. I've got Rus Map, and then to the east of that I got Russian Open Space, which is humongous, hence the name. South of that I got Southern Region. A lot of people use Pro Mods too. Pro Mods adds a lot to the ETS. They add Ireland and Iceland. Part of Spain. It depends whether you're an ATS or ETS fan. In particular, Liz. No, Southern Region is just this in Russia, I guess. It's just the southern region of Russia. I've got South America. I've got Brazil. I've added to the ETS map. I've got Brazil, which is for some reason on ETS. Yes, ETS is doing a Baltic state, and ATS is doing Oregon. I was on a stream today watching S. I think her name is ESS or something. He was in a convoy with some people, and then there was, I don't know, she's Swedish, and there was a German guy. There was a bunch of, her and her friends were on there, and they were talking about ATS and the next release. The guy thought the next release was Ontario. Yeah, oh yeah, Ontario's coming out. And I said, I think you mean Oregon, not Ontario. Oh, maybe. I said, Ontario is a province in Canada. Oregon is a state in the United States. And then they started speculating how many states are there, they were saying. 51, said somebody. No, 52 or 53. So they settled on, they couldn't decide whether it was 52 or 53. Because somebody was saying, yeah, well, no, I think it's 51, because if we look at the flag, you know, there's stars, and there's 51 flags on this, 51 stars on the flag. Have a good rest. And thank you for the bits. Oh, thank you for cheering me. And you'd be happy to know that I did clarify with them that yes, where Ontario and Oregon was. Look at those big black trucks. And I also straightened them out that there's 50 states, and Puerto Rico is not a state. attempting to tease her. So you're from Switzerland, aren't you? Oh, Sweden. Oh, they're different, right? They both start with an S, so. Is Puerto Rico a Commonwealth? I thought it was a territory. Because there's the British Commonwealth, which was a loose association of countries associated for the Commonwealth, I believe, hence the term. I thought it was a territory. I didn't realize it was a Commonwealth. But yeah, they have. If they have no representative, they have no federal representative. They have a chief person, not the governor, but a chief person that sits on some council in the U.S. of the Council of Commonwealths or something. Oh, okay, yes, it's a Commonwealth. That's right, because some of the United States are Commonwealths. That came up before. Somebody was saying like Virginia or something was, no, it's not a real state, it's a Commonwealth. Because technically they were right. I forget which one it was. But yes, Puerto Rico, on the other hand, is it definitely is a lesser person, a lesser cousin. Virginia, Pennsylvania, thank you. In Ontario here, we learned a lot in Canada. When we had Stephen Harper, Conservative, in power a few years ago, we learned what prorogue was. Prorogue is basically just canceling Parliament because you want to. And forcing election and throne speech. And now we've got Rob Ford, who was he was a provincial politician and had a law he wanted to pass. It wasn't going to go. The courts are saying you can't do that, so he was going to pass it anyways, using something called the notwithstanding clause, which is part of the charter, that charter rights that was done several decades ago. He didn't have to use it, but now everybody knows how that works. And Clinton taught us what impeachment was. Well, so did Nixon. But we have these political dramas or whatever. But the good thing is, they teach people a chunk, and maybe people then get more involved and vote. I used to push my friends. I don't care who you support. Just support. Don't tell me they're all the same. Don't tell me your vote's wasted. No, just get out there and do something. And do something between elections. You don't like what's out there? Well, find somebody who's close to what you like and support him or her. Speaking of black suburban SUVs, I went out with my girlfriend to visit her sister and her sister's husband, and while we were there, he's a hunter fisherman with a lot of vehicles. He lent me a vehicle to drive around in the Vancouver Island for a week with my girlfriend. It was a big black, up off the road somewhat, Chevy Suburban with tinted windows and some antennas on because he takes it hunting with different CB radios. So big V8. I definitely felt really cool in that. And definitely had no problem packing it, with stuff. Like, it's so much room in it. We had a huge cooler in the back that he kept all sorts of stuff in. One of these grizzly-proof coolers. So, Miss Cider Brown, are you a gamer? Are you a gamer or just a watcher or a streamer? Well, yeah, probably not really grizzly proof, but it was it was designed for grizzly resistant, and it was a pretty heavy duty cooler, and it kept stuff cool for ages. So maybe black bear proof. So. The kind of cooler that if you were with your friends and yours was better than theirs, then the grizzly would say, no, this one's too hard. Look at this easy one. Well, if you're ever so inclined, Cider Brown, I discovered in January it's pretty easy to get into this. It's kind of fun. I think that's pretty cool. I logged about 2 hours in this when I got it several years ago before I decided that I really can't drive with the keyboard. I don't have the coordination or the dexterity in my fingers. My left hand fingers, they just, so I had to go get a wheel. So the game is cheap, it's on sale, and even the DLCs are cheap, but I had a G27 wheel and shifter and pedals. Now it's been upgraded. It lasted 2 years, died just short of the warranty, and Logitech upgraded it to the G29 shifter wheel and pedals, so pretty nice. Yeah, so Logitech sells the Logitech wheel pedals. The Logitech wheel used to be a G27. The G27 is not sold anymore. Some people preferred it because it has a bunch of buttons on the shifter. The shifter console has a bunch of buttons, so the problem with the G29 is all the buttons are on the wheel, so as you turn the wheel to go around corners and stuff, you can't, if you wanted to punch a button for a range selector or something for shifting, you gotta find it on the spinning wheel. But I don't think the G27 works anymore with Windows 10 drivers. I suspect that was my problem. So I got G29. Somebody in here, lady, I keep forgetting your last name, lady. But here, that's the last part of her tag. But 920. Yeah, so Xbox controller. I think anything. I mean, the wheel is good because it simulates. It's like a wheel and pedals and shifter, which is like driving a truck. But I think you've got some analog control within the Xbox controller. It's just not on off for the gas, and full left, full right, center for turning. So. Oh, Elaine McCoy. I thought you were buying a I thought you were buying a 920. Yeah, Lady McCoy. I can't remember. It's one of them Scottish names. MCB, I remember who it was. I think MCB, actually is working. He's modding skins and stuff like that for the virtual truck company that we're part of. He's part of. I'm a member. He's an active member. yeah, I was going to do a pit stop. I guess I should, eh? Okay. Okay, we're just going to cheat here. We're just going to completely stop the game. Don't go away. Yes, and before you ask, no, I'm not going to be so realistic that I pee in a jar. Ooh, checking my emails. No, we're good. This thing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sunshine bottle. Heavy load. Got an ATS. See the number of those, yeah, or in Walmart parking lots. Now, when you're buying, I bought for ETS. I bought the is it Special Projects, Special Transport? I bought the mod for ETS where you get a special super heavy load with big tons of axles, and you have a pilot car that goes ahead of you and a fixed route that you're supposed to follow, and the pilot car blocks traffic so you can get through all these intersections and stuff. And you've got from A to B on a fixed route, like I said. And I think I did 2 trips on ETS, and I was underwhelmed because I wasn't happy with the lack of control and choice. So it may come out in ATS. I don't think before I buy it in ATS, I'm gonna watch some videos, a lot of videos, and see whether it actually is a lot of fun. Yes, the convoys this weekend. If you look, there's details about them in my Discord. And if you do $ Discord, you get a link to my Discord. Oh, yeah, weekend child exchanges, yeah. Well, when my kids were 4 and 6 when we're pulling over, buddy. We're pulling over. Either, I don't care. My kids were 4 and 6 when I separated. And I ended up, until I got a custody arrangement worked out, a lot of times it was, I was a McDonald's daddy. Where you see these dads that got their kids in McDonald's and they're buying them chips and stuff and little toys, and then they play in the McDonald's playroom, and then the hell are we going here? I see where we're going. Yeah. We didn't do too bad, you know. My kids were 4 and 6, like I said, and I wanted to be a parent, not just a husband, but I wanted to be a parent, not a husband. So, well, let's go like this. So I stayed in the same area, and I worked out a co-parenting agreement with the help of a experienced family law lawyer, and my ex reluctantly agreed to it, and then she discovered that she had a week off. She had the kids for a week, but then the next week she had the week off. So she liked that. She could book travel, you know, things like that. So and the kids were surprisingly good about it. Maybe because they saw we still loved them as parents. Kind of as minimal fighting in their presence. And they did get 2 Christmases, you know. Gotta love that. Okay. Well, let's see if we can park this thing. We'll try it. Where are we supposed to go? Maybe. What's our other choice? That. No, it's going to be blindside parking. No, we'll do this. I'll look at the back end here. That is, yep, that is there. Oop, I want to go that way. I always think the wrong way. Okay, let's go like this. Because now we know where we're going. We're going here. I suspect we're not actually going to make this, but let's try it. We have to go about this far, and then we go like this. Like this. We may be coming in at a funny angle here, we may not. I know we're cheating by using the drone control. I have done those other ones, but it's this. I'm doing this for relaxation, right? Yeah, I do back in. I do back in if it's a little easier than that. But that one you're gonna have to do a loop around. Do a loop around and straighten it out, and then back up. Well, it's sort of blindside parking because you're having to curve away from where you're looking. So I guess what you would do is loop around and then back up and pretend there's a spot next to it, and so you're straight and you're not going to hit anything, and then pull ahead and back. But yeah, okay, where are we? So let's see what we would get from our cargo from here if we were to go from here. We're down here. Oh. Well, if we sort by weight, because sometimes we like to do by weight. We've got a, oh, this is kind of cool. This thing looks neat. Although it's just somebody's done a really big version of something that's like 2 feet long. Heavy duty Hunger hydraulic ram, 42 tons, and that's going up to Kansas. And the Midwest is somewhat boring. This would be cool. 36 tons is going from here all the way across to Quebec. Huntsville, from here all the way across to Huntsville, Alabama. And then there's this one that's going little loop in Mexico. Or Mexico. Grand Falls, New Brunswick, another long trip. And Atlanta, Georgia. Not sure. I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to sign off. It's 10 to 11, and I've got contractors that work downstairs. I'm upstairs. I'm in the middle. They work in the basement, and they're still not finished, and they may show up early and start banging. They're almost finished, but so I need my beauty sleep. So thank you for viewing, people, and yeah, thank you for following. If you follow, you'll find out what I'm on next. Although it'll be tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon and or evening. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And I'll send you. You get this cute little emoticon. Plus, you at the delight of subscribing and supporting me, even if it's just Amazon Prime for a month. And I'll send you an e-copy of one of my books, or you can give me bits. You can share me with bits, and you can gain bits by watching ads on here. So, at the chat prompt. So that's it. So I'll have a good night. You guys all have a good night too. Take care, and next time.